Fury. Yo, I ain't know what to say, so I rolled the weed up, let it blow me away. They say I don't dress like much, couple hundred no cologne, you can smell my way.
Oh, yeah. Is this thing on? Oh, yes.
That's recording. That is too.
Yes, it is on.
Thank you.
Are y'all ready?
I am.
All right. Good afternoon. I am the one, the only Magic B. Movie. And before I go any further, look, we look good as look at us. Look at the fuck us. Look at us. I don't know about them other niggas, but anyway, I'm still. I am
tomato when you need one.
I am here with my special guest host, Mr. Lafayette Define Roby.
Two young girls in here.
And just for everybody to know that we revamped the Quick 15 podcast. You know what I'm saying? We can't get into that right now, but we revamped. And Mimi JK and V Brown is now a part of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to try to shoot this shit thing on Wednesdays. But today, V Brown has the topic. So what do you want to talk about today, big brother?
Oh, you want to put this on me? Well, we all agreed. We're going to try and get in 15 minutes. That's always the hard part. 15 minutes. Cosby's free. How you feel? And Bonnet's 2.0.
I'm good with all that. I'm happy as hell Bill Cosby is free. I mean, my personal opinion.
Everybody know he ain't touched that man.
My personal opinion, this is some shit that happened in the 70s and 80s, and everybody was taking Quaaludes and so forth and so on. And then it turned out he done paid the woman off in a civil thing, and now she want to come back later. This is all a game, and I'm glad they saw it was a game. Free my nigga.
Free my nigga.
That's how I feel.
Free my nigga.
He ain't do it.
He ain't do it. Well, I mean, you know, technically, and it's a lot of women that's not happy. It's a lot of
But
women
were they there?
Actually in support.
But were they there?
Of Bill's freedom as
No.
well. And they're getting dragged. Number one, you know, it's TV wife Felicia Rashad.
Oh yeah.
She's getting dragged right now. Because she
By
says
Howard
freedom
University.
has been finally, you know, I forget the exact quote, but she's happy he out.
Justice has been served.
Finally, I think that's what she
Finally,
said.
something like that. Yeah. And the women in Hollywood and activists everywhere all around America, some black women are just like, they're dragging her for this. Now, if anyone would know a lot about him, is probably the woman who spent almost 10 years next to him on sets. I'm sure they talk offset as well. And she's no stranger to the business. I feel like some of those women, let me just say this, the game of groupies has never changed.
I know.
Just technology and certain laws of protection. Now, these women, they have their sides of the story, but you gotta ask yourself, I don't know them all, and I don't know everybody's story because I didn't care to get into it, because step one, some of these women came into a married man's hotel suite. Late night sometime, after those industry parties, and everybody knew how folks party. Back then, they party hard. Y'all think we do stuff now? Oh, just think if you ain't have Instagram and all that shit behind you now, it will be some filthy things going on, just like in the old school. So, like I said, the game of groupies has not changed. Just technology, just the faces. That's it.
Now listen, if you guys hear little pops and explosives, today is the 4th of July when we're shooting this, so we can't control it. So
And we're in Philadelphia.
We're in Philadelphia. It could be some pops going on.
You never know. It's the game of dice.
Yeah.
So how you feel about it, Mr. Roby?
Well, you know, like I always say that the statue of justice scales are tilted and she's blindfolded as hell, right? But we also must remember that he got freed on a procedural movement because they never gave him his Fifth Amendment rights. And even if he admitted that I gave somebody Quaaludes, right? That was supposed to be sealed and wasn't supposed to be brought up, and in America you ain't supposed to be tried and convicted on the same charges and things like that. So like it's once again the same thing with our Bonnet issue is it's up to the individual. You know what I mean?
But my question is, if they didn't give him his Fifth Amendment right, how are they going to make him whole for this? That's 2-3 years.
He got off.
It, but I'm just saying though, he still did time for something he wasn't supposed to do time for. So how do you make it right?
So he's trying to weigh his options to think if he can sue Pennsylvania state justice system because he was not given his full rights. You see what I mean? People have their own opinion on this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? It's like as soon as you hear the word rape, like you automatically people start making a judgmental call off from the door.
It was believe the women.
However, you know what I mean? What I never understood is when a man says something to a woman and she says no, it's rape. But when a woman takes a man, it's not considered rape. So like
this is true.
You got to weigh that to your own opinion and the way you see it. You know what I mean? Because that's a tough one.
Interesting. Wasn't it Terry Crews who had that issue? He spoke about some woman big in the business group and then tried to get the man in on it too. He's like, oh no. So you laugh at him or make light of the situation like, oh, you swole up. You should punch somebody in the face. He may not have known how to handle himself in that situation. That's kind of embarrassing to some people. You know, what do? Do you make a scene, or do you chalk it up, or later on somewhere down the line serve somebody papers? How do you handle it? You never know until you're in that moment.
And one of the good things that I do like about it is that because people of color have been so misrepresented and been convicted of crimes that getting like outrageous times for like nothing. But when somebody gets caught in Jersey with a kilo, they get rehab. When a young black man down south get caught with 2 bags of weed, they put attempted sale on getting 10 years. See, the justice thing is not right. So anybody of color gets freed. It's a plus.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. You know what I mean? And like I care less about what the next person think about how I feel and not, because we all have our own opinions. We think and feel the same one. That's the great thing about America, right? My freedom of speech on the First Amendment is the best freedom we got. It only goes wrong when we say something that can harm the next person, right? So I have the right to say what I feel, as long as I'm not hurting the next person. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that I, as a serviceman, United States Marine, fought for, to keep those freedoms in. You know what I mean? And thank God we have Juneteenth. You know what I mean? Because we was always celebrating it. It's just that finally those in power are starting to come around to realize that, like, you give Asians hate crime bills. You need to give
how I feel about that.
a hate crime bill, so we can stop this racism.
That George Floyd bill should have been signed the same day they signed for the transgenders, or at least signed when they signed for the Asians. Everybody know how I feel about that.
You always make a good point about the crime bill. That crime bill has to be changed.
And the man who made it is in office and still won't make it right. I'm sorry to say he won't get my vote this time.
I know that it takes a lot, right? If you watch the news, and this might be getting off the topic a little bit, but like we have a Republican Party that just don't want to do right, the way I see it. You know what I mean? We had an insurrection, and they still believe that it didn't happen. You know what I mean? That's like, I can put on film a white cop beating on a black person, and you'll look at it and say, oh, he's just doing his job. Bullshit.
That goes back to Rodney
Because
King,
the person that's getting beat got rights.
Right.
So I mean, so like
back to Rodney King.
yeah. So it's sad that in America today, right? we have so much racism and this insurrection shit going on, right? Because people think that they're too privileged. You can't tell them what to do. Like, even in the pandemic, people were talking about, I have the right. My civil liberties say I don't have to wear a mask, and you ain't gonna tell me what I gotta do. And now on airplanes, you beating on stewardess. If that was somebody's mother that you beat on, you need your hind parts work. Because there's a few other choice words I would like to say, but we on camera. But you know, like, we gotta get it right.
It's the time to say it.
Yeah, we just gotta get it right. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
The lady of the group, what do you feel about that,
Which topic? Y'all just said 3 things.
Back to the
He said not to get off topic, but go back. We'll go back.
Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
Believe the women?
No, I don't never feel that way because sometimes people will lie because they want that spotlight or they are trying to get paid off the situation. So,
But she got paid and she still.
yeah, but I don't know. I wasn't there. But at the same time, that's how I feel. I think it was a get the money right now. He was about to buy he was about to do something for CBS and all of that stuff around that time, and like it was just a whole.
It was NBC.
NBC. Yeah, so
Yeah, it makes you believe that kind of conspiracy stuff when y'all trying to shut him down.
When it comes to us, they try to shut it down.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's what I mean.
Yeah. As soon as it started trying to happen, then all of this started popping up.
Because if Bill would have got NBC, Quick 15 would have been on that.
But like Lavia said, make no mistakes, he's out on a technicality of some sort.
True.
Not because he was proven or called innocent in it all. His rights were not respected in the process. Everybody is due a fair trial, is that fair and expeditious trial. Due process. So, but in my opinion, I don't think he should have been there.
Not at all. And I ain't saying that
I don't believe that any women were violated or harmed in any kind of way, but it is 40 years later. And the major issue that's not being talked about, accountability.
Right.
You brought yourself there to that man's suite. And as I heard someone say, I wasn't born back then, but I heard how they got down with the get down.
Get down.
Well, he
and it's laid out on the table, and you see the shit when you walk into some man's or someone, whoever you visiting. You see that stuff. You know what time it is. It's 12 a.m., 2 a.m. You know what time it is.
Well, let me ask a question. It's 2 a.m. in the morning, right? You go somewhere and to somebody else's room. What are your intentions?
Oh, I know what I'm going for.
Because ain't no everybody gonna just go to somebody's room at 2 a.m. in the morning.
And if I
you
see
already
the stuff,
know what's up.
If I see the stuff, because I'm not a pill popper, I'm not gonna take it. Now it's different if you snuck it on me, or if I'm like, oh yeah, you got the shit laid out. Let's get it.
Yeah.
But that's different. But step one, I took myself to a married person's suite.
Right.
Knowing who they are.
Right.
I did it more than likely for the clout, for the bragging rights. Oh yeah, Cosby, I hit that shit.
All right. Because I'm telling you right now, you come to my suite 2:30 in the morning, when you open the door, the H-Town gonna be playing. You got right away. You know what time it is. So it's either you're coming in or you're leaving out. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that thing gonna be ready, and I'm gonna be oiled up, baby. You know what time it is.
Thank you.
Like, I rebound in the video, the rose in my mouth, baby. H-Sound, baby, oil, and I got a rose in my mouth. You know what it is.
That's all I'm wearing.
That's right.
You coming in or you leaving?
Yeah, I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Shit.
So people have to just come to their own conclusion on that, or or
Yeah,
their opinion,
true.
right?
Yeah.
But people don't like other people. Like if you with Bill Cosby being out, everybody looking at you like what?
Yeah, looking at you funny like
Yeah.
But I have-
But if I agree with you,
you're
then
happy with a rapist.
we all good.
I've seen that. You're happy with a rapist getting out of jail.
How do
Was he
you know?
proven
How
to
do
be a
you
rapist?
know? Just because someone said so, people lie all the time to make themselves look better in a situation.
And that's one of the things that's wrong in America, because if you didn't do it and you get convicted, you got to go to the sex, you'll be registered as a sex offender.
Right.
And then somebody can pull that up because it's a matter of public now, a record. And then you like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you have a stigma on you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Just like that, it ruined Michael Jackson's career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody side-eyed Mike.
You didn't have to bring your children to a man's house and leave them just because he's Michael Jackson.
That's what it was.
What
It was
kind
about
of
the
parent
kid.
are you?
I always look at what is the motive behind what you do, and then want to try to make it the other person's fault.
Money.
Right, there you
Money.
go.
That's all
Money,
it's for.
bragging rights, like I said.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I
Shit.
mean? For
It
me,
starts off with bragging rights, and then it escalates to them wanting to check.
Yes.
so are you ready to move on to other issues?
Yeah, because she wanted to address that
Bonnet
that
2.0.
Bonnet 2.0. It's like that's like our
Listen.
biggest podcast we shot up to date, and we had a little back and forth going on Instagram, and Hippie ran into this one. He ain't here today, but I'm sure he's going to hear what she got to say. So she got the floor.
I was like,
We're gonna warm it up.
Yeah.
Warm it up, Chris.
Warm it
Okay. My thing is gonna be brief. Like I heard someone say, if men stay out of women's issues, just don't concern y'all. Y'all shouldn't have no damn opinions. Blah 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 blah. If no one had opinions about you, you would not have a man. You would not have a boyfriend. You wouldn't have anyone looking your way. So how can you tell a man not to have an opinion about what you're doing, how you're looking? He may not have to voice it in a particular manner, but everyone's got an opinion.
Right.
And my thing is, let me say this, their bonnets, the pajama bottoms, their pajamas, the slippers are bedroom slippers. All this shit can be found in sleepwear, meaning
wear that shit
you don't
out.
need to be seen in that shit in public.
Pretty much.
It's not for the public. I don't care what kind of rush you're in. And yes, they talked about Monique and all the women that from her era and the generation of women that raised her. Absolutely, if they took the time to have a snatchback ponytail and some casual
You don't go outside
pants and
looking
shit
like
like
any
that,
old
you
thing.
don't go out in sleepwear. It's called sleepwear because you sleep in it.
Right.
The
You're not
end.
supposed to wear your slippers or anything outside, then go walk back in your bedroom anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you're
this ain't all
bringing in
protecting
you're bringing
my
in
dude.
dirt. You ain't
I'm
supposed to get in
protecting
your
my
bed with your
dude.
street clothes on. You're not supposed to do that.
I just got this press done. I'm not gonna run outside in humidity or in the rain and waste that. That's one thing. They sell rain. Didn't they used to sell rain bonnets in the in
the rain little
salons and
hat.
shit? Little rain hat or
Just to
put
get
your
you-
umbrella up.
Yep.
It is one thing if you're doing it just like that, but you're traveling. The woman says she's seen people traveling.
Yeah, with bonnets.
Get yourself a tracksuit.
I mean,
I just don't like wearing
Pull
scarves
your
or
ponytail,
anything like
put
that
a damn
outside.
baseball cap on.
Yeah. I just don't-
Sleepwear is for sleeping in. That's all I got to say.
And before you make your statement, one of the things that I realized when they say that men need to mind their business, right? One of the things I've learned, right, it's not us, our position as men or women, to go, especially a man goes to a woman and say, come on sister, you know, don't look appropriate. Because she gonna say, hey baby, I got this nigga over talking about how I'm supposed to be dressed. So now you got a real big problem.
Now you got a big problem.
N-word, you know what I mean? But now you got a problem. But you're like, what you talking about woman for? You know what I mean? See, sometimes we just need to mind our business on certain things like that.
But women don't
it.
mind their business.
I see it, but it ain't my position to go challenge it.
Let me tell you something. Women
Well, I
say
think-
every damnable thing that comes to the front of their head when they feel
First
like
of all,
because
that's not all women.
a lot of women
Okay.
will say any damnable thing that comes to the
That's
front of
how
their
we
pretty
women
little
and men
skull
podcast.
and think it's okay, and no man or nobody, period, should check them about it. Say what you about.
Well, let me say that this
I have
this is-
two sisters.
This is what I observed. I say, you know, when people always say, no. Let me retract. Let me reframe. Let me think about what I'm saying. People say that you should mind your business and stuff like that, and shouldn't say certain things. Now, okay. With that being said, right? I put up a post a while ago talking about the gym. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And my sister put a comment in there defending the point. And the girls went in there saying everything of disrespect to my sister that had nothing to do with what she said. Mm. So if you feel as though it's okay for you to go ahead and go off on somebody and say your opinion or whatever about her, but then we should mind our business when somebody speak on you. How fair is that?
No.
I mean, because I'm like, you can. My page is open. You can go through there and see all that stuff. The minute, our recent post that started this whole thing on Instagram. She said something, then some other girl dived in on top of her for her agreeing. See, it turned into a whole shit show. It was okay for you to say your opinion about what she said and then go further than that. But nobody can check you for anything. Oh no, you need to mind your business. How? You should have stuck to the topic.
And then when you're done with the smoke, it's have a good day, love.
Yeah.
Flush it.
Yeah.
We don't need to hear that now.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
We've
God,
seen your
yeah.
true colors.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't wish nobody
I'm just
well
saying.
now.
Dismiss me like that. No.
I'm just saying, if you can attack somebody, then why can't you be approved? If you can attack somebody for their opinion, why can't somebody have an opinion of you? That's just the only question I have.
And back to you, Mimi. So, what was your opinion?
It was so compact there,
was
man.
so-
No, I mean, not about this particular issue with the gym. I'm saying, like, where we started off, because I think we cut you off in a minute.
As far as the bonnets go, I don't believe females, well, me personally, because I wasn't raised to walk out the house looking like anything. So before I would walk out the house, if I have a scarf on, I'll go do my hair or throw in a wig, something. So I don't wear bonnets to the store. I don't wear bonnets to the airport. I don't wear bonnets on the bus. I just don't do it because I don't think it should be worn outside of your house. So it's not about what men think. It's about how you carry yourself. It has nothing to do with the other sex at all. It's about how you care about you. Wearing pajamas and stuff, I always looked at people like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Why are you walking down the street with pajamas on? That means you ain't washed your ass yet.
That part.
Like, what are you doing? So I don't think
He couldn't wait for that.
I don't think women should do that. And on another note, with the issue I had with, what's his name?
Hippie Heen.
Yeah.
My boy.
He is one-dimensional.
One side.
Yeah, he only thinks that men are basically greater than women. He doesn't think we need each other to
As a unit.
as a unit.
Right.
And my thing
But he
is,
said he does.
no, he said he
But it's
doesn't.
action.
Women's not
He said we don't need a women. We need
He
women.
said the one
the
for
only
a man,
thing we
a
need.
woman wouldn't be nothing.
Exactly. And he said the only thing we need women for is to procreate, and that's it.
I need to look back at it.
Oh
That's-
my God.
Towards the end, because I remember
Yeah,
towards the end, he said,
that's
we
what-
need each other.
No.
That's
I
why he
said
was
that.
getting in his case.
Oh, you talking about the comments?
The comment.
Oh, I was talking about the
He
actual
said
podcast.
no. He said procreate, and I'm like, what?
So,
Men
definitely.
need women need men just as much as men need women. Period. We need companions. All of us need companions.
Lord knows I do.
He said, yeah, we built everything. One person, he said a man built everything.
Yeah, we got on.
Yeah. Well, we didn't need women for that, basically. And what I'm saying is, it took a village to build everything, not just one man. If the women was behind closed doors helping out in certain ways, they were helping out in certain ways. But you didn't do it by yourself. Matter of fact, you didn't build shit. But I understand what you're saying about man build, whatever. But you needed a village to do that, not just a man.
And without a woman, we would not, all of us
Wouldn't be here
I'm gonna say this
at all.
How are you in the single version of Lafayette? How is that?
How is what?
How as a single if you're a single man, how would you be? You know yourself as a single man. Describe yourself as a single man.
Well, I only been single a few years of my life. I always had a woman in my life.
So how were you single?
Lonely, distressed, doing things that I shouldn't have been doing because I didn't have the
'Cause you needed balance.
companionship. I didn't have the understanding. I didn't have someone that's saying, yo, babe, you know that ain't cool.
How are you
Because you need a balance.
single? What's the single version of B Brown look like?
On what side of the rainbow? I mean,
I'm just saying.
As a-
All bets is off. No holds barred.
as a whole, single. Listen. I'm a mess when I'm alone, but at the same time, I want to be alone.
But when it
it's
happens,
a weird thing. When it happens, you're just like, oh, nobody loves me. Yeah, you want to cry. We need companionship, and I'll say this much: I needed the women in my life when I had them. I needed them for a reason. I need the women in my family. We cannot do anything without each other. My sisters need me to carry water now. My mother needs me to lift things and come put light bulbs and things, and I need her to make holiday meals poppin'. We all need each other for something.
And I got one even good, just so you get to me, right? Even in biblical time, the rib was taken from a man because he was lonely. And he created that woman. So he wouldn't be lonely. So come on now.
How was a single version of Mimi?
horrible. I need structure. A man brings that. I can bring structure to him, well, balance to him, and he can bring structure to my life. So being by myself, it was like I was everywhere. You know how I am. And now it's like I'm more in tune with myself. I can do more things. I have help. And when he needs help, I can help him. So we need companionship, period. Like it's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to be one with yourself, learn yourself. Do that first and then find that person that completes you completely.
Absolutely.
My soulmate.
Lord have mercy. Me single is the worst thing you ever see.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing you ever see.
Call a hazmat team.
Yeah. I'm like, you need biohazard for but I'm single. I'm like, like that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I know I need a woman because I know what I am. I know what I am alone. You know what I'm saying? I got it. Yeah, I am.
I'm a creature of habit.
I am.
Myself. Yeah.
I am. It's gonna be
Right.
when I'm by myself. It's gonna be It's gonna be a circus. It's gonna be a circus. That door. I'm like revolving. That shit gonna be spinning like this. And that's dangerous, brother.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
And you know what I
That's
think
dangerous.
the best part of we all need each other is because a lot of times I found myself getting ready to do something, and then the back of my mind I said, but I got that family back there to take care. That woman ain't gonna tolerate this. I was more afraid of her and what her comments was than the police. But you had to go and live with that. You see what I mean? And it wasn't one-sided. I don't demand my woman to do nothing I ask, right? Because you have to give them respect. You see what I mean? Because if she came in the door and always demanded you to do something, you're going to look at her like, okay, why are we talking about this? You know what I mean? Because within any good relationship, you got to come to a common ground. I understand you understand me. I got your back, you got my back. You see what I mean? Without that, there is no unity. You see what I mean? You doing what you want to do, and you doing. And I mean, for people that have open relationships, I'm not knocking it, but I don't understand it. Because if I love you, I love you.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
I gotta edit that part. Go ahead.
You don't have to edit shit. Listen, I've already.
It's raw, baby.
I've
Let that shit go.
I've asked that a long time ago, and access denied with a big red stamp. No openness. Like if you want something open the door and leave. That was the kind of answer I got.
I'm not. I don't.
And don't ask no more. That's also.